In the name of God, my name is Mehdi Kortnavasi. In this movie, we will talk about the chapter 3, outlining the structure of ITIL, or Information Technology Infrastructural Library. Let's start. In this chapter, we will talk about fitting the service life cycle to IT development and getting to know the set of ITIL processes and identifying who does what or the functions. ITIL is best practice guidance and describes capabilities for managing IT services. The four main elements of these capabilities are process, functions, rules, and the service life cycle. In chapter 2 gives the definition of process, function, and rules. This chapter describes the service life cycle. This chapter also provides an overview of the ITIL service management process, which I described in greater detail in the chapter of part 2. Okay, what is the service life cycle? ITIL recommends that you structure your service management activities around the service life cycle. But what is it? The service life cycle is the life cycle of a service from cradle to grave. For example, perhaps you are an IT engineer and your boss asks you to investigate an error that causes an IT service to fail. Someone is using a software application and receives an error message. You investigate and discover that the software writer made a mistake. I wonder what you think. I'd be tempted to say, what dummy didn't spot to the error when the program was tested. You then investigate further and the thought crosses your mind. What dummy designed the software this way? Then finally, after more investigation and thought, you say to yourself, what dummy thought this application was a good idea at all? Well, you can now find out who those dummies are by working through the service life cycle. Let's see to the picture, service transition, where you find the dummy who does the testing. The next is service design, where you find the dummy who does the design, and the service strategy, where you find the dummy who approves things at beginning. As you see in the picture, there are many ways that this life cycle can be depicted. But the benefits of this diagram is that it shows the hub and spoke, like a wheel. Nature of the service life cycle. Service strategy is the hub, and service design, service transition, and service operation are the revolving life cycle stages or spokes. Like the rim of a wheel, continual service improvement, or CSI, surrounds and supports all the life cycle stages. Each stage influences the others and relies on them for inputs and feedbacks. While many service management activities are organized as projects, the service life cycle does not consist of one single project, but it is an ongoing set of activities. Look at the wheel: service design, service transition, service operation. Again, design, transition, operation. Design, transition, operation. And this is the meaning of the continual service improvement. Let's talk about the service strategy. In the service strategy stage of the service life cycle, you set the strategic direction of your IT services. Here you decide who, your customers, and what services you will provide for them. This stage encourages you to think in a strategic manner. How can we make best use of our services to benefit the organization? How can we differentiate ourselves from competing alternatives? And how can we create value for our customers? Service strategy enables service management to become a strategic asset and to ensure the service provision always focuses on supporting business needs. The service strategy stage covers two areas. The first, how to use service management as a strategic asset, either to your organization's competitive advantage in the marketplace or to achieve your organization's business goals. And the next, the process that enables you to manage your set of IT services through the service life cycle. So you decide which IT service you need in order to help your business do what it does and do it successfully. Then, when the strategy is set, you put policies and standards in place that make it easier for the IT organization to achieve the strategy and hence its strategic goals. Having decided what IT services you require, the service strategy stage includes activities to approve the service and acquire the funding and resources to develop them. You then realize your strategic objectives by utilizing the other service lifecycle stages to design and transition these services into the live environment. The processes described in the ITIL service strategy book are used throughout the service lifecycle. These processes are business relationship management, building a relationship between the service provider and the customers, identifying their needs and ensuring that the provider is able to meet these needs as they change over time and in different circumstances. The next is service portfolio management, managing a provider's set of services throughout the life cycle and approving business cases for investment in IT services. And the next is financial management for IT services, managing budgeting, accounting, and charging for IT services, and identifying the cost of providing the IT services. The next is demand management, understanding the patterns of business activity and how these relate to the use of the IT services. And the next is strategy management for IT services, identifying, developing, and managing a strategy for how a service provider will enable an organization to achieve its business outcomes by providing and managing services that are matched to these outcomes.
What is a life cycle? A life cycle is a natural process of stages that an organism or an inanimate object goes through as it matures. For example, human stages are birth, infant, toddler, child, preteen, teenager, young adult, elderly adult, and death. In other words, a life cycle is everything that happens from cradle to grave. ITIL framework has 5 phases of service life cycle that provide necessary guidance to achieve success. Together, they provide a body of knowledge and a set of good practices for successful service management. Service strategy. The achievement of strategic goals or objectives requires the use of strategic assets. The guidance shows how to transform service management into strategic asset. Service design. Guidance in designing IT services along with the governing IT practices, processes, and policies to realize the strategy and facilitate the introduction of services into the live environment, ensuring quality service delivery, customer satisfaction, and cost-effective service provision. Service transition. Guidance for development of capabilities for transitioning new and changed services into operations, ensuring the requirements of service strategy encoded in service design are effectively realized in service operations while controlling the risks of failure and disruption. Service operation. Guidance in achieving effectiveness and efficiency in the delivery and support of services to ensure value for the customer and the service provider. Strategic objectives are ultimately realized through service operations. Continual service improvement. Guidance in creating and maintaining value for customers through better design, introduction and operations of services, linking improvement efforts and outcomes with service strategy, design, transition, and operation. CSI sits as a wrap to all other phases. What you see in the outer circle are not part of the core phases of ITIL, but provides complementary guidance, quick wins, templates, case studies, value-added, products all relating to ITIL framework. The governance methods is to do with framework of policy, process, procedures, and metrics that can give direction to IT operations and ITIL activities.
Okay, thank you for watching this movie. In the next movie, I will explain in detail about all parts of the life cycle, service design, and the service transition, service operation, and continual service improvement or CSI. Thank you.